Yeah, so there was no sound. Now everybody can hear me, I guess. Hi, how are you? How's everybody doing? Let's wait for everybody to join us. Right, so can you hear me, guys? If you guys can hear me, just type yes on the chat. Yeah, so there was no sound. Yeah, so everybody can hear me. So, yeah, there's 18 people here now. I'm gonna wait for everybody. So for some people else to join us, I'm gonna wait up for a little bit. If you have any questions, just post it on the chat. Yeah, and let's start by looking at Bitcoin, shall we? Pretty nice run in Bitcoin. Bitcoin longs. Um, I'm going to be taking profits at the moment. I hate when people just type gold, mate. What do you want me to see? What are you looking at? Please explain yourself. I'm not gonna look at gold if you just type gold. The fuck is that? So pretty nice run in Bitcoin. I'm about to take some partials here. Awesome, mates. Hi, how are you? How's everybody doing? Thank you, Carlos, Raul, Honor. Fall around 1675. Shit. Now that's a question. That's a question I love. I'm gonna look at that. So first of all, let me show you my Bitcoin trade. Pretty nice run here in Bitcoin. You know, I sent this analysis over on our shit over on our Instagram account. So if you are not following that Instagram account, I suggest you do because the analysis was that buys at the 54 level, 54,000 level were in play. So right now I'm gonna take a 0.02 out, about a 1K, just to bank some profits. Let's close 0.02. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave 0.01 to ride to all-time highs. And boom, that's it. I just took 1K in profits on that Bitcoin long. My long term in Bitcoin on a real account, as you can see on my top left. There's no bullshit here. This is what it looks like on the daily. I have my buys here from the 43.78, still in play for about 16,000 pips or whatever. So yeah, I mean, if you want to learn how to trade with like me, you know, this is another cool one, the pound versus the yen that I still have running. Right now, I am up 750 pips on my first buys, and I am up 570 pips on my second buys. So if you want to learn how to trade like me, just there's a link below this video, and if you use code Orlando25, you get 25% off. Now let's talk about gold because I have a great question about gold. Falling to the 1675 level. Look, I'm bullish metals, but let's have a look at what you're looking at, right? Now this daily candle is extremely and utterly bearish, right? Now 1675, so you are looking for a fall to these lows. Yeah, it's pretty plausible. Let's have a look at the daily chart in gold. Now, this level is very, very strong. Have a look at this. This entire level is very strong. So, with this bearish candle being in play at the moment, right? I will, well, I won't trust the upside in gold anymore, right? I got stopped out of break even on a trade that I had on this bullish candle. Happy Deshara to you too, Parth. I don't know what that is, but happy Deshara. So, yeah, I could see a retest of the 1732 level and the 1675 level. You're talking about these lows, right? It's very plausible, mate. It's very plausible. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But if gold, well, let's have a look at the 4-hour chart so we can see some structure in this market, right? Fuck. Right here. So there is some structure in this market at the moment, right there. The structure is supporting the the upside at the moment, right? But this is so bearish, and I wish I could. I mean, I'm gonna get that level 2 data in GC so you can. Thank you. So you can see actually what's going on here. But this right here, this is a thick zone on the lower, on the shorter term, right? Yeah, to me the 1750 level, this one right here should be the make it or break it level. To retest at least the 1726 level right here. Should the 1726 level break, which are September lows, we could in fact be looking at an even deeper uh, down move towards those August lows on that flash crash, right? So yeah, let's wait and see what the next week brings us. But on the lower time frames, right now I have no setup at all. So my trade plan should be, and it depends also on the DXY. So the DXY, we're gonna do the DXY later, right? But on the shorter term, this is the level that I'm looking at, right? So very plausibly, if I see some rejection on this level, I will buy into this weakness for another retest of this week's highs. But if we break with this level, I will look for sales for those September lows. So it all depends on how the start. So on how the week starts, right? It all depends on that. But great question. Now let's have a look at that USD. Right, so this is exactly what I was looking at. I mean, I see more upside continuation in the US dollar, right? Even though we're still in this round of quantitative easing, my bias is slowly changing from bearish to bullish, given the fact of how hawkish the Federal Reserve members and its chairman have been lately. Now, let's have a look at the economic calendar for next week. That is always a good thing to do, right? Hmm. And yeah, let's have a look. And maybe I will close. But first of all, let me just have a look at some equities. I had yeah. There's nothing to do here, nothing to do here, nothing to do here, and nothing to do here. Yeah, sure. So next week, right? Right, U.S. dollar only. I could care less about the Swiss franc. I could care less about the Chinese renminbi. I could care less about the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar. I don't trade those markets, so I remove them from my filters. So I thought I removed you, New Zealand dollar. What the hell? New Zealand dollar. Um, Chinese renminbi, Swiss franc, and Aussie dollar. Apply filters. Yes, that we're talking about. This is my economic calendar. These are the markets that I trade. I mean, I don't care about the other ones. Right. So we have a Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking. Yeah, that's always something that I look forward to. I mean, this is going to be big because it's on Sunday, right? So I'm gonna do a live stream on Sunday. Nice to meet you, Alex. Still. So yeah, I'm gonna do a stream on Monday on Sunday during maybe I don't know, maybe I'll be at the beach. So if you wanna, I mean, if you wanna really know if I'm doing a stream, just subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell because you'll get notified whenever I go live. Right, that's the easiest way to do it. So I think that a couple of days ago I was doing my show and. Yeah, Edgar. Um, quickly, I just, I think you just joined the stream, but I'm pretty bullish Bitcoin. I just took, $1,000 in profits on this little bit last buy from the 54,000 level. So yeah, I'm pretty bullish. Looking for that all-time highs, as you can see. So, Governor Bailey, a couple of days ago, I was on this show, and hold on, I was math therapy. I was going through my squat, right, and yeah, there was some very hawkish news on future interest rate hikes on the pound by the Bank of England, of course. So this might be a very good stream to make, and we may find some buys in the pound. So then we have industrial production, not too. We have CPI, inflation data out of the UK, inflation data out of Canada, and PMI numbers out of Europe, and that's it. That's about it. We don't have too much of a heavy, um, you know, data dump week. So this actually might be just a very nice week to trade price action. Right. So let's have a look at the chat. Why so much people believe in Bitcoin? I know. Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, good afternoon. I don't nice and interesting grabbing change. I really like the live change. What I mean, you mean the camera? Yeah. But the thing is that I'm using my phone right now. So if anybody knows how to connect this to my computer to make it as a yeah, I'm not wearing any pants either. To connect it as a webcam, please let me know. Do Bitcoin does Bitcoin cross 62K in 2 weeks? I don't know. I mean, who fucking knows, right? But yeah, it's pretty heavy. I mean, just have a look at this. Bitcoin has been just raging them through those key levels over and over. And if you look at, if you look at the daily chart, we are pretty much there, mate. I mean, we are pretty much there at all-time highs. So yeah. And the thing about this is and the reason that I take profits and that I don't hold uh, to my full trade to all-time highs is because I don't know if it's going to break all-time highs. Who knows, right? Who the fuck knows? But what I'm expecting is some kind of a pullback here towards those 58K again, where I will be taking more buys. Before it was boring. Why, Mujib? Right, so Bitcoin, that's Bitcoin, right? Ethereum is a little bit slower than Bitcoin, but yeah. I didn't grab any buys in Ethereum because it didn't reach my buy level at the 24 whatever, right? That's just the way it is. And the Ripple Army, yeah, still holding and making $0. That's awesome. Right. So that's cryptocurrencies. What else? Japanese yen. Let's look at. I don't know why, but right. Yen basket. FXCM. Japanese yen basket. Index basket. This is the one. So this is the market. When I look at the yen, and I always say that this is FXEM Japanese yen basket. This is the one that I look at. Where is it? Where is it, mates? God damn it! This is the one. Oh yeah, there it is. So this is pretty hot. So the yen keeps melting. The yen keeps melting. The yen keeps melting. That's why I'm still holding those pound yen longs, right? I mean, these pound yen longs. This is a pretty amazing trade too. There's not too many opportunities like this in the year, and you have to take advantage of them when you see them. This is pretty much an opportunity to make a 15% return on a trade. And I mean, this is what I do. I really don't day trade. That's not my thing. I'm mostly a long-term trader, and holding this great trades over and over and over. No, right. Kamaluddin, I am learning technical analysis, but do you think they really help you? I feel it's all just guesses. No, you're trading currencies. What you need to focus is on understanding the direction of the market that you're trading, right? And that is only by understanding. Okay, Mujib, I understand now. So you need to understand uh, the fundamentals of the market that you're trading. For example, here, right? This pound yen trade that I'm in on right now, it's just a yen a short that I'm in, right? And if Governor Bailey, I'm sorry, from the Bank of England comes out hawkish on Sunday, well, this is going to be great for me, but because I will not only have a bearish bias, a bearish trade on the yen, but I will also have a bullish pound trade, which is awesome for the pound yen, right? So this is what I want to show you, right? This is the kind of trades that you need to focus on, right? I mean, making 20, 30 pips a day, trying to make 30 pips a day is a really hard way to make money because you're not gonna win every single trade. And whilst you might make 30 pips here, but you're going to give back 20 pips there, so you are going to end up with 30. Whilst trading like me, you're going to end up with 750 pips with your position just starting up. Whilst you take some losses, I did take some losses on gold, but let me show you, right? I mean, I made $200 today, right? I took a loss in gold, the same gold trade that my VIPs, that I sent my VIPs, I took a loss, but because I closed half of my Bitcoin position, I ended up making money whilst still holding over $2,000 worth of profit in my Bitcoin longs. So that's how you make money. You will take losses, but your winners have to be just way, way bigger than your losses. That's it. It's not rocket science. So this is the cool thing about this pound yen. And normally when my trade reach when one of my trade reaches $1,000, I always take half of it off. But and I have to. I mean, I have to follow my plan, right? I have to milk my trade, so I will do just that, and I will end up $700 up today. How the fuck do you think I feel? I feel amazing. I feel amazing because I'm making money on my sleep, right? Making money on my sleep. So I'm closing this one too. Closing 500. Boom. And now, my friends, you can see that I made $700 today. How do you think I feel? $700. There's people that don't make that kind of money. I mean, that kind of money. And I'm not trying to, scratch that. I'm not going to even say that. But I have a plan. I always have a plan. This is how I trade. I milk my trades. I might take losses, but when my trades run, I milk them. I milk the fuck out of them, and that's how you make money in the markets, right? All right, Edgar Osborne. How many trades can one take concurrently? 30% of my. Wow. risking 3% per trade. That's about 10% any given time. What is your approach on this? Right. So you're seeing here, right? I have a one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 trades, right? No, Rohit, I will not give you my investor password. Why would you want it? I don't take investors. Right. So what was I saying? Yeah, I have a eight trade or so open, right? But yeah, let's focus on the pound yen. Right. The thing is that that's a great question that you're asking, actually, Edward. And I'm gonna look at the camera whilst no, fuck it. I'm gonna look at my charts because I want to show you something on my charts. Let's go ahead and let's look at this pound. Pound yen time frames. All right. So let's have a look. Hourly. Right. So this is the thing, mate, right? When I took a buy here, this was way larger, I think about 2%. So basically if uh, uh, basically if I had been stopped out on this last buys, I would have been stopped out at a profit on my first buys, making this a break-even trade. That's why I was able to have all those buys in the pound yen. Now, taking tons of trades at the same time, that's how you burn money because you are over leveraging and over risking, right? Show us how you look at the charts, what gives you the edge. Well, I mean, I try to show you every single time that I'm here, right? I mean, that's why you need to tune in on this show, you know. Oof, that's a very loaded question, you know. It's a good question, mate. And just very loaded in the sense that um yeah, I have no clue on how to start, but let me try. Actually, yeah, um, I'm just going to invite everybody because I'm not going to do this as a technical analysis session like always. I'll do this as an educational one so you can learn a little bit on how I look at the markets, how I do my shit, everything. So I might need another cup of coffee. What was I going to say? If you want, I'll be with you in just a second. Right. Now we're talking. So let's do this an educational one. That's a great question. So I'm going to try to answer it at least a little bit, right? Thank you, Alex. Still, I mean, I'm very happy that you're learning the right way, right? Because that's cool. What that is really cool. So, these other buys in the pound yen are reaching that 1,000 level too. So, I will be taking half of them off again. So I'm gonna make not too much coffee. You know what? I just drink one of this a day, one of these LGBT cups a day. Um, because when I was younger, I used to I used to drink a lot of coffee, and yeah, I fucked myself up, and now I have acid refluxes whenever I drink too much coffee, so I can't. Please hold a second. Right, I am back. Can when can we accept 1 to 2 signals a day in the string Telegram group? No, yeah, never, never. Expect never, Monica. String trading is not about. It's not something that you do every single day. Right. Yeah, I will. Yeah, that was an amazing hedging strategy you used with Ethereum sometime, but I missed out how it turned out. Did it work out for you at the end? Yeah, it did work out because well, I got stopped out at a loss on my short hedge. But yeah, I got stopped out on a loss on my short hedge. But price just boom. Yeah, price just broke with those highs, and I ended up making money. So let me just take some more profits out of this. Close half of this position and close half of this position. Boom. And now I ended my day with $1,200 in profits. You know, that's cool, right? Well, I the only trade over $1,000 that I still have running is this Bitcoin long, but I can't take half of it off because this is the smallest position size, so I'm gonna have to uh, you know write it. Shit, yeah, well, it's too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, it's still a ton of money, but yeah. Right, so well, let's have a look. I mean, it's seriously very cool. So the way that I do things is this: mainly a US dollar trader, right? The DXY is the main market that I watch. I have three charts, or always. I always have three charts. Hold on, this is something. Remove indicator, right? Right. I always have three charts on my screen. I have the daily chart. I always look at the daily charts. I always have. I mean, to uh-huh. It's party time. That's right. Um, I always look at the daily chart for the overall, bias in the market. I mean, we are right now. I mean, just by looking at the daily chart, what do you think, right? Of course, we are in a midterm bullish move, right? We keep making lower high, lower lows. Um, and weekly, daily, monthly. Oh, so hold on. I need to put on an indicator. I'm going to show you the indicators I used to. Oh, it says 1 to 2 per day. Yeah, I'm going to ask them to remove that information. Should be 1 to 2 per week at most. Thank you, Monica. So I'm going to show you everything I do, how I look at the markets, the indicators that I use, how I use them. The only indicator I'm not going to be able to show you is this kind of oscillator that I have at the bottom of my chart. This is an indicator I had made uh, myself, and you cannot find it. So you know, what is the point on that? So I have the daily, the 4 hour chart on my top left, and the hourly on the bottom. Right here, the daily is mostly to look at massive daily levels. I don't have too many lines on this chart or anything at all. Just looking at the overall structure in the market. So basically, on the DXY, I would have the I would have this. Just this cloned as a structure in this market. I mean, this is a super structure move if you notice, right? Uh, um, what else? Superstructure move in this market. So now, the daily also helps me to find no trade zones or high probability zones, right? Now, for example, here on the DXY, right? On the DXY, I would look at this, my friends, as a high probability zone. So I am going to annotate my charts and everything so you can actually see how I do things, right? See, this is a high probability zone. High probability zone. Why is it a high probability zone? This is too big. Let's put it on a 20. Let's put it on a 16. High probability zone right here. Why is this a high probability zone? Because we are on a bullish structure. And these, my friends, are the previous broken highs. This is a high probability buy zone. This is where I am going to look for buys in the US dollar, right? Now, the indicators that I use, and normally this chart should have another indicator, which is the previous day week highs. Uh, this. All right, so this is an indicator that is called the, well, this is the one. Just look at it and type previous day, week high and lows from SBTNC or whatever. And this chart should have the previous month highs and the previous month's lows. That's it, right? And hold on, and I do not like them black. The highs should be blue, and the lows should be red, right? Um, yeah, cross is fine. Inputs previous months. The previous 3 months should do it, right? And as you can see, and this is way too big. Hold on. Uh-huh. Visibility. Where is it that you? Hold on, let me see this because this is too big. Um, yeah. So this, just give me a second, please. Uh-huh. Right. Yeah. I don't remember how it is that you make it. I don't know. A little. It's fine. I'll leave it like that. So this is the previous week's highs and the previous month's highs and the previous month's lows, right? And if you notice, I mean, this indicator is very helpful because, um, hold on, let me answer this question. Why are you guys not providing signals? I thought you guys provide 2, 3 signals per day VIP members. Look, Albert, I will not provide signals for you to lose money, right? If you want to trade every single day, this is not the place for you. Well, I mean, if you want to trade 3 to 5 times a day, this is not the place for you, right? I mean, go burn your money elsewhere. If there's not high probability setups, why would you trade? So, um, this is a high probability buy zone because not only we are retesting the previous broken highs, but we are retesting the previous month's highs, right? And this is what I look at on the daily. On the 4-hour chart, basically what I do is look at the midterm structure in the market. Now I have the previous month's highs here, and on here I have the previous week high and the previous week low. I'm sorry, days, and I should not have been here. I have the previous week's high and the previous week's lows, and the previous month's highs and the previous month's lows too. Right now, as you can see, price has not yet retested correctly. Well, it has, right? Retested correctly those previous month's highs. So right now we are in a buying bias, in a bullish bias short term on the US dollar, right? Now, for example, right here, we are in a no trade zone on the USD. Why are we on a no trade zone? And let me thicken this out for you guys. Because we are trapped below the previous broken lows, right? And the weekly pivot gives me a short-term bias in the market, right? Not a short-term bias, but it gives me the let's call it make it or break it level for a buy, a bull bear bias, short-term, in the sense that we are looking for buys on the USD because of what I just told you, right? And we are retesting the previous month's highs, and we are retesting this high probability zone. But on the short term, we are trading below the previous broken lows and below that weekly pivot, which means that for me to look for buys, price has to break with the 94.10 to 94.11, right? That's how I use the weekly pivot. Now, this is a no trade zone for me because is this is below uh, because of what I just explained, because we are trading below the previous broken lows, which means short term we are bearish, and we are trading below that weekly pivot, and that which means that short term we are bearish. Even though that midterm we are bullish, the bullish continuation has not been yet. Um, uh, it's not yet. I mean, the bullish continuation is not yet in play because um, we are trading below the levels that I just explained. I'm sorry. I mean, I hope you understand, right? I'm doing this very fast because I want to go through everything. So this is a no trade zone. I wouldn't take a trade here if I were caught dead, right? That might answer your question too, Albert, right? This is a no trade zone. Why would you want to trade this chop mess, right? Fuck that. So this is a no trade zone. Nah, right? But this is my make it or break it level. So let's annotate that shit too. And let's put on that, thicken this one with the magenta. I love magenta. This is one of my favorite colors. Uh, and right here, this is the validation level for buy. For buys. And remember that we are looking at the DXY. This is not even the market that I'm going to be buying or selling from. So hold on to your pants, misters and ladies. Because this is going to be a little bit over an hour. So yeah, hold on for that. So validation for buys. Now you can see that I have that from the daily I went back to the 4 hour chart, and I only have trading plans for buying opportunities. Should the US dollar drop, I don't have a plan for shorts, and I will not enter a short just because price is dropping, right? That, my friends, is called chasing the market, and I don't do that. Right. So where was I? So I went from analyzing the daily chart. I went on the daily chart. I looked at my high probability zone where I'm going to look for buys, right? So this is just the zone that I'm looking at. Then I went to the 4 hour chart, and on the 4 hour chart, I identified the area that or the validation level for buys, right? And on the hourly, I mean, on the hourly is basically the same. This is the area or the validation zone that I was talking about. Now, this is the thing. Why would the question? Why would you look at the hourly if when you're looking at the hourly is the same as when you're looking at the daily? No, not exactly. Daily, 4 hour chart. Not exactly. I have the same indicator here, but this is the previous day's highs and the previous day's lows, right? And I have the ADR. This is the average daily range. So what this indicator tells me is the average move or the average range of this market on one single trading day, right? I don't use it that much because I'm a long-term trader, but for entries it's very, very interesting. Why? Because no one likes Their trade, after entering a trade, no one likes their trade to just draw down on them, right? And by understanding the average daily range, I know that even if price breaks with my validation level, which is the 9410, I will be very close to those ADRs, and it's very plausible that price is going to pull back before it actually moves. And when price pulls back and pulls back too deep, the probability of success of your trade diminishes exponentially. So you always are looking for high probability trades, but whenever your entry is too close to the ADR, the probability of success of that trade is going to lower. It's going to diminish. It's going to be less. Right? So that's a DXY, my friend. So I have identified what I want to do with the US dollar, right? I'm not going to be trading the or buying at the DXY. No, that's just too big. No trade zone. I'm not going to be looking at the DXY to buy or sell. I want to buy the US dollar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through my markets looking for US dollar buys. So US dollar, Japanese yen. Yes, this would be a great one to buy into because of Japanese yen weakness and US dollar strength. It's a double bullishness on the US dollar, Japanese yen, but there is no setup. Just no setup here, right? US dollar Swiss franc. Look for buys here, but let's see if I can identify a setup. No, there's no setup. And also, if you look at the 4-hour chart, let's just delete this fucking thing. If you look at the 4-hour chart right here, I mean, oh, I do love magenta. If you look at the 4-hour chart here, my buys are way too close to this previous broken low, so no setup. Pound US dollar. Well, the pound US dollar, I mean, I missed the setup. I missed the buys here, so that's a shame. Which is fine. You're not going to be able to catch them all. And the no setup for to buy the pound US dollar. US dollar Canadian dollar. I wouldn't buy the US dollar Canadian dollar because we just broke with the last 2 months lows. I am actually looking for sales here. So this is a Canadian dollar driven trade. Euro US dollar. I am on buys here on the Euro USD, which is a shame. I'm going to close them at break even or so. Yeah, that's a shame. I'm going to close them at break even or so. This chart is setting up for US dollar buys. Now, because this chart is setting up for US dollar buys, I'm going to mark it as red. And then the DXY is red too. Why? Because when the US dollar increases in value, the exchange rate between the euro and the US dollar decreases, right? Or the euro depreciates against the US dollar. So is this setting up for sales? Most def. Let's have a look at the hourly chart. I mean, I already know what I want from the US dollar. Now I want to see what I want, what I want from the euro US dollar. Let's see if I get a risk to reward trade on this. Now, this is an insanely thick area right here. My make it or break it zone it would be the 115.80, right? Or these lows. Price would have also to break the weekly pivot in order for me being short here. We are still trading inside of a very bullish structure short term. Remember, this is short term. So look, yeah, very bullish structure. Let's have a look. Super bullish structure. Yeah, we have that spike high. That's fine. I mean, you can do this too, right? Mhm. This is a much better structure, actually. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. So we are testing the structure lows. Now, should this be a sell? Yes. How how would this be a sell? Right? Right now, the euro versus the US dollar. The US dollar. Thank you, Lepohan. So the euros, the USD, how would this be a sell? And you have to annotate your charts. I do this every single week. I do this on Sundays and I do this midweek, right? Note right here. So, so right here, what would the note on this chart be, right? Now, DXY, no, hold on, US dollar buys in play, parenthesis, DXY at high prob buy zone, right? So now I write down on this note my plan for Euro US dollar shorts. Now, Euro USD shorts trade plan, right? Number one, 115, 115.80, fuck, 115.80 is the bull bear uh, frontier. No, not frontier. Line. Bull bear line, a short term, right? Short uh-huh, term. Now, number two, no, no stop orders on a breakout. Now, why? Why no stop orders on a breakout? Because of how thick this zone is. Um, so if I put a sell stop here, right? Number one, the risk to reward ratio on first targets would be basically 1R. Trading 1Rs to me is not that good. But number two, the probability of a fake out is high. Was price is was the price was is trying to break below this level. So if I'm not going to use stop orders at the breakout, what is the plan? Well, the plan, my friends, is this one. Enter at pullback after 115.80 breakout. Boom. Now I have a trading plan for the Euro USD for next week. Now let's look for more buys in the US dollar. Aussie US dollar, let's have a look. Yes, this can actually be a good one, right? So, I hate how this is too thick. Hold on. Let me try to. Oh, here is how you do it. I forgot. Now it's better. Awesome. So, now, here on the Aussie US dollar, I have another possibility for US dollar short, US dollar long. Because, we are retesting, well, not quite, right? Not quite. So, this is actually not red, it's green because it's kind of hot, but it's not hot still. It has to move a lot more to be hotter. Now, I only have one note here on this chart, and that would be here at the top. So, possible USD buys at um, retest of last month's highs. That's the only thing. Annotate your charts because you look at so many markets that is it possible that you're going to remember everything? No, no. We both provide signals for the VIP group. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, nothing. I hate it. There's nothing. I don't trade the Kiwi anyways. Now, what other market can we look for buys on the US dollar, the US dollar, Singapore dollar? Now, this is rocking, right? The US dollar, Singapore dollar, we can actually, and my preferred market to look for US dollar plays is the US dollar Mexican peso. Yeah, but you trade whatever it is that can find the highest probability from. So the US dollar, Singapore dollar, hot. I love magenta, but I am going to go back to style to my black. Now, so US dollar buys for next week? Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yes. Why? Remember the DXY. We are looking for US dollar highs. That is our full on trading plan. We don't have trade plan for shorts on the USD. Buys. And the US dollar Singapore dollar is retesting this level of support, these previous broken highs. High probability. Right? Let's look on the 4 hour chart. Maybe it's not that hot. Maybe it's not that hot. Or maybe it is. Yes, it is. Same fucking level. Same level. Same level. So, we have identified a possible buy on the US dollar versus the Singapore dollar, right? So, this market is really hot. Now, no, we cannot look at the NASDAQ. I'm sorry. I'm doing educational stuff right now. I'm not even looking at the markets. So don't even ask me to look at the market because I won't. So we have identified a possible buy on the US dollar, Singapore dollar. And now that we have identified a possible buy, let's look for a fucking entry because I mean, or a setup. I'm sorry, not an entry. Now, well, let's go. I'm just going to go quickly here to the 4 hour chart, just to draw the correct line at the correct level and then go back to the hourly 1 hour chart. Now, this is quite interesting. This is quite interesting because, we are in the middle of the ADR, which means that we have tons of space for the upside or the downside. Now, definitely first targets would have to be here. And I reckon that this is last week's lows. That is correct, last week's lows. So, first target should have to be here. And, we do have a pattern, somewhat of a reversal pattern in play, right? Um, but, I mean, we don't know if this is, in fact, a reversal pattern or a flag or a continuation pattern, right? We don't know. We don't know which way this is going to break. And to be completely and utterly honest with you, because the impulsive moves are to the downside, this is looking more like a bear flag. But because we do have some US dollar strength ahead of us, maybe. mm, I'm sorry, because we have possible US dollar strength ahead of us. This might just break to the upside. So my entry would have to be at the break of the previous highs, not right now. Stop losses here and the targets here. That would give me a basically a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio on the target number one. Target number two should be the weekly pivots and the previous broken level, just like this, which I reckon is some kind of a low or a high. Nah, but still, giving me a much better risk to reward ratio, 1 to 3 or so on a buy. So that is my trading plan on this um, currency pair. Buy trading plan. Um, which level is this? Hold on. Hold on. Back. Here is text. So 134, 135? No, 134.97 or so. Buy stops 134.97 possible breakout, right? And that's it. Possibly no possible said. Okay, and that's it. I have my trading plan here, and we can move on to the US dollar versus the Mexican peso. Oh boy, this is so bearish. Now, but hold on. Let's have a look at let's have a look at the chat. Nice breakout of your forecasting and making notes for yourself. It's that how you draw up your watch list for the following week ahead? Yep, that is it. How many years are you trading tons? Over 10, 15, a ton. The peso Mexican dollar. I don't know. I'm doing the dollar Mexican peso. So, all right. We are looking for buys on the USD. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is lovely. This is lovely, my friends. Right. So right now we are. I mean, this is super bearish, right? But have a look at that level. The 2040 level is the level that I'm going to look for buys on the daily. Let's go ahead and let's remove all these drawings and let's do it again ourselves. Now, this is, my friends, the level that I'm looking at. This is the level that I'm looking at. Somewhat this level, this zone. So, even though this 4 hour candle has been very bullish, just give me a second. Yeah. Uh, Even though this candle, 4 hour candle, breaking key levels, Edgar, to answer your question. So this is the level that I'm going to be looking for buys. Even though this 4 hour candle is massively bullish, I don't care because I'm not going to be trading anymore today. So for next week, this is the level that I'm going to be looking at because this is actually August highs. So 2040 or so. Right. So this is my buy zone. And I'm not even going to look at the hourly chart because I'm not looking for a setup right now, you know. I'm not looking for a setup right now. But just quickly, right? Remove drawings, just quickly. Again, yeah, this is the zone that I'm looking at. Hold on. This is the area that I'm looking at. This is the entire zone that I'm looking at for buy, right? I mean, it's very plausible that we're going to get some kind of a fake out, and it's very plausible that this zone is not going to hold. The Mexican peso seems to be very strong against the US dollar today because the US dollar is really not moving. This move is completely and utterly US dollar I'm sorry, Mexican peso driven. So it's very plausible that we are going to, I mean, price is breaking out of it. But I'm going to catalog this as a kind of a hot market, and that's it. That's basically how I do my stuff. I hope you learned something today. It's not about trading a currency pair, but it's about focusing on a pair, on a single currency to trade and then look for setups on those markets. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, now is the time. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to splash your questions on the chat. If you don't, then I'm logging off, and probably you'll never have this opportunity in a while. So yeah, I mean, this is some very cool free stuff that you're getting because I'm a nice guy. All right, let's have a look at my trades. Bitcoin is rocking again. Oh, why did you take profits on your Bitcoin? Uh, oh, I only took one. Shit. Uh, Look at that. I only took 0.01 off of this. Let's have a look. Yeah, I only took 0.01. Let's have a look. 0.01. Why didn't guys tell me? I thought it didn't make sense. So I'm taking 0.09. 0.09. 0.09 off. Now my day, $1,600 for the day. That's what I call a good trading day. All right. Do you strictly trade during one session? Or do you not pay much attention to the session if you're swinging? No, I mean, whenever, I mean, I do, I mean, I am up before the London Open, and I'm working, on my business and my trading all throughout the UK session and half of the US session, right? And I trade whenever my setup is developed. But because I use stop orders, sometimes I don't even have to be in front of my chart to get triggered on a trade. Genius moves, bro. Highly appreciate for sharing. Surely the best guy. Thank you. What about Bitcoin and silver and gold? What about it, Lauren? I mean, I hate it when people ask me to gold, Bitcoin, so silver. Why don't you tell me what you want, what you are thinking of doing? Why don't you just ask a question, right? What are you looking at? And then let me have a look at that market as if you were looking at it, right? If I mean, sure to God, if more of you just spam my chat with gold, Bitcoin, silver, US dollar, Canadian dollar, I will close this fucking show. Right, more questions? Yeah, now it looks better. So, pretty cool. XRP Army. Yeah, that guy is really funny. So, Bitcoin rocking. Why did you take profits in Bitcoin? Why did you? Because I follow my trading plan. Because I follow my trading plan. Now, am I going to leave this my second buys in Bitcoin at break even? No. I am going to do this just below the previous base. Now I have locked in more profits. It does help my gray matter earn a lot. Could you please hold some more LBCS? I am learning. What? I don't understand that. Yeah, so Bitcoin. There's nothing to do here in Bitcoin, only to squeeze more profits out of it. Yeah, that's it. This is a lovely trade. Just hold, I mean, just learn how to hold to your trades, man. I mean, don't get desperate or panic. You know, whenever you take a trade, the decision-making process is over, right? Whenever you take a trade, and hear me out. Whenever you take a trade, even if you take something out of this session, let it be this. Whenever you take a trade, your decision-making process is over. Whenever you take a trade, you must have already had in place where you're going to buy, where your stop loss is going to be, where your targets are going to be. What are you going to do if this happens? What are you going to do if this happens? Are you taking partial profits? Where are you taking partial profits? Are you taking partial profits at a level, or are you taking partial profits based on a percentage earned on your equity like I do? All of this has to be already in plan, because if you are making a decision whenever you have an open trade, you're fucking up, in my opinion. Right? Now, I already took. Do you use indicator to plot your previous high lows? Yes. Yeah, if you miss most of this stream, just go back and watch it. Yeah, I went on to it, but it's this one. It's called Previous Day, Week, High, and Lows by SBTNC. For sure, today I earned more knowledge side, but not a monetary side, which I don't mind. Yep. Yeah. Opportunity to ask if you didn't. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, this candle smells so lovely. It's called Salted Ocean. It's a beautiful, beautiful candle. Right. Anything else? I mean, I'm telling you guys, you're not gonna have this opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I normally charge for this, mate. I mean, it took me years and years and a lot of money to learn what I do, you know. Yeah, I'm more than happy to give you some free sessions here and there, but I'm not gonna be holding these kind of sessions every single week. So you are blessed for being here. I mean, that is if what I do makes sense to you. If not, that's fine. Right? Yeah, I mean, I sure would love to take half of this Bitcoin that is running at $1,700, but I can't. So, uh, so right here, if price of Bitcoin drops, it's going to stop me out at break even, right? For about $1,000 worth in profits, I would leave $700 or more, $800 on the table, right? Which is fine. But if I don't know if well that's fine, that's a plan, you know. So indicators, Laurent. Laurent, tu parles français, tu peux poser les questions en français si tu veux. Or not, I mean, or it's Laurent Calter. I don't know. Yeah, so another thing, I mean, if you don't speak English that well, and if you have a good question, you can, I mean, I can answer in French or in Spanish, and you can ask your questions in French or in Spanish. Speak English. Right. So indicators. On my three charts, I have the same dotted indicator. Hold on. This has to be green, blue. This dotted indicator is called, hold on, is called the previous day week high and lows. Ah, tu parles français. Donc, ok. Right, but I'm gonna have to answer this in English because this is for everybody. Uh, this indicator is called previous day week high and low, right? And on my daily chart, I only have the monthly highs and the previous monthly lows for the last 3 months. On my 4-hour chart, I have the previous week's highs and the previous week's highs, the previous week's lows, and the previous month high and lows. And on my 1-hour chart, I have the previous day's highs and the previous day's lows. This is called the weekly pivot, right? Just look for pivots, and I only use the weekly. And this is the ADR. I think I have it here. Average daily range. Um, I don't remember. Hold on. It's called, if I double click here, ADR, it's called ADR low. And this indicator just gives me an idea of how much a market can move for that session. You know, of course, that if you look at this is Bitcoin's chart. Yeah, sometimes markets don't care about the average daily range, right? Bitcoin over 60K, almost at 62K. Yeah, we're going to see all-time highs this weekend, I hope. So racking in profits for the day again, 16K. That's beautiful. I have opened 4,400 or $4,000, $4,500 in profits. That's cool. Milking the trades. I mean, learn how to milk trades. That is the way to make money, stress free, I might add. And if you notice, I don't hide my losses. If you notice on my account, I lost about $800, no, yeah, about $800 in gold today. That's right, but I made them back and even and much more. So I've been live for about an hour and 15 minutes. I think I am done. Thank you for joining me. And if you like this session, make sure to email support. Maybe if enough of you email support about how cool this educational session was, I might get pressure to do more of this. But for the time being, I don't think I'm going to have another one of these free for a while. No, Colton, I do. My daily show is called The Daily Edge. And I do stream every single day, or I try to stream every single day. Some days I just don't have the time. I have a ton of things to do. But yeah, I do try to stream every single day. You know, what I'm telling you is that I am not going to do educational streams like this anytime soon. So if you were here and didn't ask a question, you lost your chance. Just have a look at Bitcoin here. This is another reason that I wanted to take some more profits. I'm not saying that it's going to hold this structure, but we could see this. Shit, we could see this, right? Before further upside. I mean, it's Bitcoin. No one knows what's going to happen, right? Let's have a look at short liquidations in Bitcoin before um, uh, in Bitcoin, right? Right. Let's see if we're in a short squeeze or not. Yeah. Doriano. So, liquidations. Wow. So $9.8 million in shorts liquidated in the past 24 hours. 13 million in longs. This is people just over leveraged in the past 2 hours. ¿Qué tal, Luis? ¿Cómo estás? So in the past 2 hours, $1.8 million in Bitcoin shorts have been liquidated. So we are facing a little bit of a short squeeze here. Yeah, this is good. This is good, 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 good. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for all-time highs on the pound yen. I'm cool with the pound yen, pulling back 280 pips. That's why I'm taking also profits. If I mean this 4,000 and a half, $4,500 that you see in running profits, to me, they're not real profits. They're real profits unless I see them here on my account history. So to me, I am up only $1.6 thousand. This is nothing, right? Why? Because who knows what can happen during the weekend? I don't know. I mean, it's very unlikely that the pound or the yen is going to appreciate 750 pips versus the pound, but who knows, right? But I'm looking at possible retest of the 154.75. Actually, let's go back to the trading view chart because it's very cool. I mean, this is a market that we are going to heavily be trading next week with the VIP. So if you're not part of the VIP team, go at the link below the video and use code Orlando25 to get 25% off from your subscription. But this is pretty cool, right? Let's have a look at the daily chart because this is the only chart that matters. And because and whenever you see a blue ribbon, what is this? Hold on. It's called, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna call it ribbon. A blue ribbon when I mark it is because I'm holding a trade on it. Now, do you have any experience in some strategies like London breakout strategy or moving on? Yeah, they all suck. And don't even start me with moving average crossover. They should not be. I mean, don't trade a moving average crossover. Why would you trade? I mean, let me ask you this question. Why would you trade a strategy that is based on an indicator that lags price? That means that you're always going to be late, very late on the move. Don't do that. So this is the daily chart in the pound yen. I've been holding this buys for a ton of time. And what I'm looking at, is this a retest of these highs, which I reckon are monthly highs. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah. A retest of June highs. That's what I want. So I'm going to put on a in here. And that's it. That's the only place I will look for buys. Right here. Retest of June highs for buys. So I'm looking for a possible. No, fuck. What is this? A possible 150 pip, a pullback in the pound yen. That would be lovely. So if you want my trades, join the VIP. Right, so I'm pretty tired about talking. I feel like I did a TED talk on my strategy. um, yeah. So I'm gonna head off. Remember, I will start doing more educational stuff only if you ask for it. Ask for it via support email. The email is above me, right? Support at learn2.trade. So if I don't hear about you wanting this kind of educational stuff, I won't do it anymore. Yeah. So thank you for joining me. Have a great weekend. Get off your charts. Learn how to build your trades. I mean, this is some stress-free trading right here. Yeah, I'm gonna move this higher. This is some stress-free trading right here. Just learn how to identify high probability setups, learn how to plan a real trade, or learn how to make a real trade plan, learn how to hold your trades and milk the shit out of them. Make some stress-free money. That's all I can say, right? So thank you for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it, and remember to spam that support email with some more educational stuff. It's a great learning session. I'm looking forward to have some blessings in the future. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your valuable knowledge and precious time. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you, Mujib. Thank you. I'm really glad that you guys learned a little bit, at least today. More than happy to teach you guys what I know, what I do, how I do it. There's so much money to be made in this market that everybody uh, could and must have a piece of it. You know, I am not that kind of guy that is going to hide everything he does. Abrazo, Raúl, cuídate. Happy weekend, brother. Nice learning here. Thanks for the time. See you next one. All right, I'll see you guys on Monday. Cheers.